What is good, my peoples? This is your cosmic homegirl, and I am doing a monthly forecast for the month of July for all signs. So, this is the energetic weather report, the cosmic weather report for everybody. I hope everybody is having a dope ass summer. A lot of places are opening up again in the world. So, I hope you guys are able to have a little bit of a sense of normalcy in your lives. Whatever normal means now, right? Shit, with all this Aquarius and Uranus stuff popping off. Like, our world is totally changing. So speaking of that, you guys, if you want to listen to my horoscope for Saturn and Uranus squaring each other, which is going on all this summer and also is happening next year in 2022, be sure to peep my horoscopes page. Okay. I do have Saturn retrograde. I do talk about Saturn in Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus. I do have a special video on my Patreon to where you can see Saturn square Uranus, like that transit just isolated by itself, along with other transits that I'll go like even way deeper into if you join my Patreon. And also, I do have July horoscopes available to order for your sign, okay, whether your sun, moon, or rising sign, on my horoscopes page on my website, indigomoonastrology.com. Or if you go on to Patreon, if you join the OG Cosmic Homies, you can have access to all of them right there. So you can buy them per sign on my website, or you can join my Patreon and you can get you can just watch any of them for any sign, for you, your homie, your lovers, your friends, your whoever, right? So you can watch all of them if you join either the OG Cosmic Homies or VIP Cosmic Homies. All right. If you join the lower tier, then you can see you can see whatever the other transit videos I have specific to that transit. And also I'll have some live streams popping starting in July that are exclusive only to members, so you don't want to miss out on that. Okay. All right, you guys. So what's popping? What's cracking for the month of July? So first off, we start the month with a Mars and Saturn opposition. Check it. Mars is at 12 of Leo and Saturn is at 12 of Aquarius. So they are like button heads, you guys. I will go deeper into aspects like this in the weekly horoscopes, so make sure you guys stay posted for those. And once I am able to be back active on a regular basis on IG, I will post horoscope stuff like these type of transits in my IG stories. I'll talk about them too. Okay, but the first day of the month opens up with that tension between these two planets. And technically they are also squaring off with Uranus and Taurus. So there's a T-square popping. Yo, I will definitely go in on that in the weeklies. But just know that July starts off not with a bang, but it's like there's tension in the air when it comes to taking action and actually moving around, and this can be like driving for some people, especially the Mars and Uranus thing. I will definitely go in on them, but just know that as the July starts, this aspect Mars and Uranus square is building up even at the end of June, if you're listening at the end of June. And be very careful with driving. I will give that warning. We still have Mercury in shadow period until he hits like the first few degrees of Cancer, like in the middle of July. And Mercury is also still squaring Neptune. So that's confusion, not paying attention, motherfucking falling asleep at the wheel. Listen, I'm giving you guys this warning because as I'm recording this, I talked to one of my best friends last night who told me that they were in a car accident. And this is as these aspects are building up. They're not even exact. Okay. They were the passenger in a car where the driver was drinking and fell asleep at the wheel because they were tired. And they ran into a guardrail and totaled the car. But both of them, barely a scratch on them. Thank God, right? Thank the heavens above. But stuff like that, really like bad accidents, really dumb accidents based on like mistakes that could have, from things that could have been prevented. there's a lot of energy in the air that we open up the month with that. So you really want to be careful, especially because here in the US we have 4th of July weekend. It's going to start with Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4th of July weekend. A lot of people might be traveling, and now that in the US things are opening up more, they might be out and about drinking, woo, America, all of that shit. Like, just don't be wild. Don't be too wild and crazy drinking, driving all stupid and stuff like that. And also be careful when it comes to handling fireworks or anything like metal or to do with fire, weapons, any of that, because of Mars and Uranus squaring each other. Mars is in Leo, which is a fire sign. And so, that's fiery energy, especially loves to handle weapons and fire and explosives and stuff like that. So you guys be very, very careful. Okay. And watch out for idiots who are not being careful. All right. Even if you are. So I just had to open up the monthly forecast by saying that. So let's get to the real deal heavy duty stuff that's popping in July. We are going to start off by talking about the new moon in Cancer. So we have a new moon, kind of at the beginning of the month. It's on July 9th, new moon in Cancer. So this is the sun and moon both at 18 degrees of Cancer. So it's it's later on. It's kind of in the early evening where I'm at in the US, but it could be July 10th if you are anything east of that, like in Europe and beyond. So this is when we have a new moon in Cancer. Now, new moon in Cancer, new beginnings, things could be brought up from the past that has to do with your childhood, has to do with your parental figures, your mother figures, especially. That means your mom, your grandma, your great grandma, your auntie, those type of maternal figures in your life, pretty much. Or even if you have adoptive mothers or grandmothers or stepmothers, grandmothers, any of those, or anyone who just played a maternal role in your life, there could be something that's brought up. We have a new moon in Cancer every year. I'm not going to make a big ass deal about it, you guys, like it's some spiritual phenomenon, breakthroughs or anything. Not quite. It's just a new moon in Cancer. So every year around this time, these themes are brought up even more. It could be something to do with your place of living, wherever you live, whatever you live within, whatever you reside within every day. Are you comfortable there? Are you secure there? Do you want a new place of living? Do you want to renovate the place that you live? There could be some of those topics that come up with Cancerian energy really potent in the sky that day. And just wherever the sign of Cancer is at in your chart, which of course you need a monthly horoscope for your sign individually to know that, there is something that could be taken away or banished away from your life in order to welcome in something new to grow, right? So this new moon, it is making an aspect to it's making a good aspect to Neptune in Pisces, and it's making a harsh aspect, which is an opposition to Pluto in Capricorn. And it is also making a gentle sextile aspect to Uranus and Taurus. So what all of that means basically is there is a level of, there's good intuitive energy that is intertwined with this new moon. We have Neptune in Pisces, a fellow water sign. Cancer is a very intuitive sign, being a water sign. And then so is Pisces, and the ruler Neptune is speaking to the, sun and moon, pretty much trust your intuition. Like Cancer rules the gut, the literal physical gut, like our tummies, and how people say trust your gut, your intuition within that area, that region of your body, that when something is up, whether good or bad, you feel it there, especially if something is bad. Your nerves get really crazy and jacked up sometimes within, your stomach area, your abdomen. The sign of Cancer rules that. That's why Cancerian energy, Cancers are hella worry wards, they worry a lot and shit. But yeah, that instinct within us that makes us worry because something seems up, like that's what Cancer rules. That's why it's very intuitive energy. And then Neptune is pretty much like the information transmitted to us from the gods, you know, from the other side, the spirit realm, the angels, whoever, whatever you believe in on the other side. It's them giving us messages. So there's that in the mix. And then Uranus, he brings like sudden quick flashes of messages and insight and aha moments and light bulb moments and all that jazz. So that's in the mix with the new moon as well. There could be some sort of surprise, something that pops up with this energy. And then the opposition to Pluto, that's even more worrying, you know, maybe a little slight paranoia. Cancer energy could be hella paranoid too sometimes. They hide in that shell and they're like, ooh, shaking in there sometimes with their eyes all bugged out and googly, you know, you Googleizers for those Zoolander OG fans out there. I think I know what a you googly is. I'm a you Googleizer. Yeah. So Cancerian energy is kind of worrying and, you know, being paranoid, or maybe sometimes Pluto isn't just, oh, you're paranoid for no reason. It's really knowing some shit, man. It really is. Like whatever's hidden away is Pluto. So there's definitely some hidden information that's being brought to light with this new moon, period. And just wherever it is in your life that if you know your chart, you know what house the sign of Cancer is in, that's where it's popping. Okay. All right. So that is on the 9th. So we have, you know, some minor stuff popping that I'll talk about in the weeklies between, between now and then. But actually on the 11th, we have Mercury entering the sign of Cancer. So here we go. Mercury in Cancer. So this is from July 11th until July 27th. Mercury is now moving forward. He is almost completely out of shadow. I would say more so like once he gets in the first few degrees of Cancer, then he's completely out of shadow, because he went retro at 24 degrees of Gemini. And so we have to wait until he's at least, by my, standards, 8 degrees away from that, which would be like around 2 degrees of Cancer. Okay. So wait till like the 12th, 13th, 14th until you really can proceed forward with anything Mercury ruled, which is communication, traveling, especially by cars and vehicles, and very local travel. Anything that you do with your hands, and communication mostly. All right. And comprehension of things and remembering stuff. So anyway, all that should start to normalize, during that time. But so Mercury enters Cancer on the 11th of July, and that's even more Cancer energy in the mix. We have the sun here too. So once again, holding memories, a lot of stuff to do with memories comes up in the summer. That's why, people usually, when people think of summer and you see advertisements for stuff in the summer, it's always about family, right? Like families getting together, going to the beach, going on picnics, having, cookouts, barbecues, carne asadas, whatever you decide to do. Like having a gathering with food with family is like summertime, like the classic standard summertime advertisements for shit, right? And that's because we have all this energy in the sign of Cancer, which rules all of those things: family, food, gatherings, memories, creating memories, going through photo albums. Cancer season is really dope for like scrapbooking and going through pictures. And one thing that reminds me of Cancer season a lot is those like Polaroid cameras. Now they make them all cute. Back in the day, like in the 80s, even the 90s, them shits were ugly. Oh my God. They were ugly. These big clunky brown things, Now they make them all cute in different cute colors and stuff. I had a pink one, you guys, but see what happened was I'll have to tell you guys more of the story at some other time. But on my birthday, my most recent birthday, me and my homegirl Apollonia, the astrology lady, my partner in crime with astrology and tarot, and one of my best friends in the whole wide universe, we went on a roller coaster on my birthday, and I had my pink Polaroid camera in my purse, ready to go for us to capture some memories, you know. And my whole ass purse just fucking flew out of the ride that we were on and fell onto the ground below when we were up going down a dip on the roller coaster. And it was a big bag too, you guys. Like, and I was holding on to that shit, but the wind and all that was just too strong and it flew out. And luckily, some guy found my bag, and when we got off the ride, I was like, oh my god, and looking around, and this guy was standing there holding it like, I found this. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. But my little Polaroid camera was destroyed. Like, oh my god. Oh yes, I had a real Cancerian moment. Even though I have no Cancer like placements in my chart, I had a hella Cancerian moment, because I was like, my camera, my Polaroid, like we were supposed to take some cute pictures together, and you know what I'm saying? Because we live on two different coasts, you know, and I was ready to capture the moments, which Cancer energy is all about, you know. And the color pink, I bought that camera during Cancer season, and I bought it pink. Pink is a Cancer color, you know. So that's what I think of when I see Cancer energy. But anyway, that was my little story, you know. But yeah, Mercury in Cancer is all about that though. Taking hella photos. I mean, selfies are Leo. We've got Leo energy in the mix. Venus and Mars together. That's super rare, you know. Or now they say purr about everything. Oh my God. I hate trends. While they are a trend, at least. Maybe when the things are not a trend anymore, I'm like, hey, this is kind of cool. But yeah, that's what they say now. It's purr. That's very Leo. But the Cancer energy is photos in general. You know, you want to capture moments and memories. But having Mercury in Cancer is like, you know, in the air, is about us reminiscing a lot. So even though Mercury retro is over, the shadow period is, you know, we're leaving that behind too. This transit itself, anything in Cancer, but especially Mercury, because that's our mind, is about like, oh, remember this, and remember back in the day this, and when I was a kid, blah blah blah. Back in the days I was young. I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Yes, that song is very Cancerian. I'll have to look up that rapper. Any old school heads, his name was Ahmad. Okay, I'm so shocked that I remember that shit. But I'm a true like hip hop head though. But yeah, that song. Any songs to do with back in the day, you know what I mean? That's Mercury in Cancer. So yeah, reminiscing a lot and going through photos in your phone or physical pictures. Definitely what this is about. But also, yes, you know, I always have to talk some shit when it comes to every sign. Cancer energy can be very crybaby and taking everything personal. So please, you guys, try not to tap into that side, like thinking everything is personal. That Monica song, don't take it personal. Yes. More old school shit for you guys. Please forgive me for the music references. I am a Pisces moon, and I'm also a DJ. Okay, so that's kind of like my thing. But yes, so, and I'm very old school. All right. But yeah, so reminiscing a lot is cool, but personal, like the dope thing about Cancer energy is one of their best attributes is the whole personal thing. You know, at least that's my like feeling and opinion on Cancer energy, is how personal they get, like with other people. They really pay attention to the details of people in a way that's like they gather information and remember your favorite things, you know, and stuff about you, so that they can cater to that and make you feel at home. Cancer is a sign of home. So Cancerian energy likes to make people feel that way. And like, oh, I know you personally. I remember this about you. Like, you know, for example, if you hang out with a Cancerian energy person and you tell them, yeah, my favorite drink is blah, 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 blah. And then so next time, you know, you hang out with them and it's their turn to treat, they buy or bring your favorite whatever, your favorite drink or whatever, and it's like, oh, you like blah 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 blah, right? And it's like, whoa, you remembered that about me? Yeah, hell yeah. Cancer energy is super dope for that. But thinking everything is about you, thinking every diss is this thrown out there into the atmosphere, into the the universe, the internet land, is about you and taking it personally and up the ass, yeah, that's not cool. Like, that's annoying as fuck, man. So yeah, Mercury and Cancer energy in the air can have people like really taking things to heart in an annoying way. It's like, it's not, I wasn't even thinking about you, man. You know what I'm saying? This is not about you. Yeah. But yeah, more people will want to like hang out with family more, or whoever you consider family. Not everybody has like blood family that they're related to by DNA that they consider family, but whoever is your family to you, you want to communicate more with those people, be around those people more, and maybe a little less social. There's still hella social energy in the air, don't get it twisted. Leo energy is like, hey, look at me, I'm seen, everybody look at me, you know, let me strut my stuff and stunt on them. That's what it's about with Leo. So there's still that in the mix, but Cancer energy is like, oh, well, I only want people to see me that I know, and I only want to talk to who I know and stick to what I know. Yeah. So yeah, Mercury is going to be in Cancer from the 11th until the 27th of July. Okay. So we skip ahead to July 21st. Okay. Like I said, there's a lot of like minor aspects that are popping, major and minor, but I'll go over those in the weeklies. So on the 21st, this is when we have Venus move into Virgo. So Venus and Mars are super close to each other, you guys. Very close. They actually come into a conjunction with each other like exactly in the middle of the month in the sign of Leo. Rare. So yes, motherfuckers are acting hella entitled right now, you guys. I'm recording this while Venus and Mars are both just barely both into Leo, and oh my god, I can't even tell you like the stories I will share maybe on a different video. But the entitlement of it all with some people, like the nerve, you know, it's just, oh my god, that's what I don't like about Leo energy. But it is very passionate, very fun, very playful, like just love it. But yeah, Miss Venus, she leaves Leo. She steps off the red carpet and she steps back into the office and puts her little glasses on and her little turtleneck or her little polo shirt with work pants, and is like, how can I help you? You know? So she's more in that vibe. Or she's at home in her little scrappy nappy gear and just cleaning her house and organizing her, you know, her things and alphabetizing her spice cabinet and, you know, shit like that. So she'd rather be doing that stuff when she steps into Virgo. She took the little crown off. She's like, okay, I'm tired. I am done. It's time for me to get some rest and then get up early and then start to do this and go through all my to-do lists for the day. Okay. So that's Venus in Virgo. Venus in Virgo energy is not just about work, but Venus is enjoyment. You know, it's enjoyment. It's expression of love and that you have for people. It's enjoying life in the human experience as a physical being by yourself and or with other people's. So when she's in Virgo, she expresses her love. Her love language is helping people. Now, and I know Virgo energy very well. It runs wild within my family, my blood family and my non-blood family. Okay. And also I have 6th house energy, which operates very similarly to Virgo. So I know the Virgo language very well. And Venus in Virgo, she is like, how can I serve you? How can I help you? She doesn't literally say serve. She would never. But she is like, well, what can I do for you? You know, how can I help you out? And that's her love language. And sometimes she'll do things like tuck the tag into your shirt that's hanging out, you know, so you don't look like a motherfucking clown. But and you could be like, oh, why are you correcting me? Why are you fixing me and fussing over me? That's Venus in Virgo, though. That's how she shows her love. She doesn't want you out here looking stupid. She doesn't want you out here looking dirty, you know, that she's concerned about you. So that's how she expresses her love. And she will do things like, you know, show up at your place and just come in and start cleaning stuff. She'll take your car. If you let her use your car, she'll take your car to get washed, bring it back to you gassed up, all clean and sparkling, you know, smelling good and glistening and shit. She'll do that for you. Rather than buy you teddy bears and roses and candy and perfume and cologne and smother you with affection, that was more Venus and Leo. Venus and Virgo is like, hey, look, babe, I bought your favorite shampoo. I saw you were running out and stuff. Yeah, I was at the store. I was just picking up a few things and it was there on the shelf staring at me. So I just decided to grab it. No big deal. That's how she operates, okay? So when Venus is in Virgo, that's kind of what we're doing, or how, collectively, at least a little taste of it, we will be more willing to help people, to show that we care, rather than all the mushy or lovey-dovey or big showy stuff. Like when she was in Leo, she expected a whole fucking, like, what's the word? She expected like a whole performance out of you every time you're around her, just to prove how much you think she's the shit and she's the bomb. That's how Venus and Leo wants to be loved, and that's how she expresses her love too. She was like making posts about you online, making a big old deal, making a big old scene about you, like, oh, my babe is the greatest ever, or my friend is so beautiful, so handsome, so great of a person, like big cheerleader energy, but in Virgo it's more low-key and more like personal, one-to-one, like, yeah, it's not a big deal, dude. Yeah, I did this for you, so what? Okay, I'm gonna get back to work now, leave me alone. So yeah, Venus, she'll be in the sign of Virgo from July 21st until August 15th, or it could be the 16th if you are more east. So next day, on the 22nd, the sun moves into Leo. So here comes Mr. Sun in his home sign. He is so happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here. That is the sun in Leo. Ha ha ha. I'm here, everyone. Look at me. Aren't I grand and great? He's prancing through the sky like he's being carried on a fucking chariot with his crown and his wand. This is fire energy. If you know tarot, fire signs like Leo are the suit of wands. So yeah, he's being carried on a chariot like, hey everyone. And the Leo card, one of the Leo cards in tarot is there's a sun card, obviously, but also the Six of Wands is like someone in a parade being celebrated and flowers thrown at them, and they're like, oh yes, it is me, it is aren't I great? Everyone's seeing me. Oh, just no pictures, please. Yes, no autographs. Yeah, that is Leo all the way. So the sun rules the sign of Leo, so he's at home here. And then, so we have the sun and Mars, the two most masculine entities above us in Leo. Oh my God. At least like the last couple weeks, at least the last couple, like the last week or so of the month, we have both of these in Leo. So yeah, there is a strong air of both masculinity and femininity, because Mercury's in a feminine sign that's low-key like Cancer, and then Venus is now in feminine Virgo. So there's like a back and forth between those energies, but I'll go over that in the weeklies more. But yeah, the sun in Leo, it is really time to roll out the red carpet once again. Like any planet that enters the sign of Leo, here's a new red carpet that's rolled out, and there's people twirling and voguing and strutting and what's the other, whacking. Don't think anything else other than the dance, okay? I hear your minds out there, dirty mother. I'm just kidding. No, there's a dance called whacking that is similar to voguing. It's like hand movements and gestures that are very fierce, okay? So yes, all of those dance, strutting, twirling, all of that, maybe even a little twerking. Fire sign energies love fucking twerking, right? Showing off and showing out, especially Sag. But Leos, hey, with their tongues out, party over here, woo. Leo is the sign of parties, right? So when the sun is here, yes, people are more in the mood to party, to celebrate. It's celebratory energy, celebrating life. So it can be literal partying, but also because Leo's a celebratory energy, it's like just uplifting people, uplifting yourself, like patting yourself on the back a little bit, which some people take to the extreme and they become a little more pompous and arrogant and shit, which that is not the fucking vibe. Okay, like I have a lot hella Taurus energy excuse me, and Scorpio, and I have Leo energy too, so I do have beef with with Leos on like how they are just so extra a lot of times. Leo energy in the sky, not just Leo people. Don't come after me and say you're a hater. Leo energy loves to say to call out their supposed haters. Like, oh my god, anybody that says anything about them, they're like, you're just a hater. I'm great. No, I have Leo energy too, like I said in my chart, so I get it, but at the same time it's like, yo, humble yourself sometimes. Don't think that you're the only person in the world that needs something, wants something. You know what I'm saying? Like, Leos can really feel that way a lot of times. Leo energy can make us all like kind of tap into that if we allow ourselves. Like, oh, you're serving someone else other than me? I don't care. This is me here. Do you not know who I am? Like, throwing that do you not know who I am card and name dropping and all that. That's just annoying for a lot of people. But yeah. Other than that, Leo, the sun in Leo and Mars in Leo, those energies can be very great for self-confidence, for motivating yourself or other people. You know what I'm saying? Being very proud. It's a very, like, these are masculine energies and masculine signs. So very active, physical active energy too. While the sun is in Leo, some people, if weather permits, because in some places like where I'm at, shit, you got to be insane if you want to be out there being like super physically active in this heat. Oh my god. But heat and humidity, ew, gross. But yeah, some people will still say fuck it and just be out there wanting to be active and showing off and showing off your talents, being proud of the things that you're talented in. It doesn't have to be creative or artistic. It could be like you are a master spreadsheet creator and that shit is hella creative with all these colors and pie graphs and all this crazy stuff, and you're just so proud and you want to show off your little presentations or whatever. In the boring corporate world, like, you can still add flair and pizzazz to things and want to show it off. Leo energy is all about that flair. Okay, if you guys have seen, what is the movie where they talk about flair? Oh my god, the flair. Office Space. Oh, Office Space is gonna be a good movie to watch while there is Leo and Virgo energy in the sky, especially when there's Virgo rules offices and that office culture. So yeah. But having flair and doing the jazz hands and all that, like all this extraness, is Leo. So that's all in the sky. Leo rules children. The energy of Leo rules children. So people maybe focus more on their children or your own inner child in good and bad ways. But yeah, the fun of being a kid. Summertime, you think of running around in sprinklers, going swimming, you know what I'm saying, the parties, the this, the that, all the fun activities. Like, that is what Leo rules. So the sun is here once again. It's from the 22nd of July until August 22nd. Then guess what, on the next day, you guys, right as the sun steps into Leo, he's involved in a full moon. He is annoyed, okay? Like, he just wants to be free to have a good time and not deal with all this emotional bullshit. And then here comes a full moon. He's got to be in the mix of the full moon. Like, come on now, dog. Come on, man. But anyway, this is a full moon in Aquarius. That means the moon's in Aquarius, sun's in Leo. It's at 1 degree. So for some of you guys, it can be into the next day, which is the 24th. But for the USA where I'm at, and this part of the world, it is on the 23rd at night. Full moon in Aquarius, 1 degree. I don't see that this full moon is making any significant aspects to any planets, not ones that I would really pay attention to or cover and make a big deal about, except for the moon is in a kind of a wide conjunction with Pluto, because they're only 6 degrees apart, so we can kind of sort of count that as a conjunction. So Pluto in the mix with this full moon, can bring extreme change and transformation, especially Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy loves transformation and change that is extreme. But that's the Uranian side. I'll have to get deeper into that another time. But the Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and also by Saturn. Stingy old man Saturn, he doesn't like change, okay? Unless it's slow and steady and it's by the book and it's following the forefathers and the ancestors. But Uranus, he's like, ooh, what are we going to change today? And then tomorrow we'll change it to something else and something else. Like, oh my God, I could tell you guys all about this fool. He's trekking over my existence right now. And I embody him with him being in my first house already. So it's like you really, with Uranus, one day can be fucking flipped upside down from the previous day and you just have to roll with the punches. Like, seriously. So that side of Aquarius energy loves extreme change, you know? But Pluto is about transformation, like sometimes unrecognizable transformation. I don't know why I keep thinking like plastic surgery and stuff. I don't know. Not everybody's gonna go out and get some fucking plastic surgery with this full moon. I'm not saying that. But I'm thinking in terms of like, I'm feeling like there could be something that rocks your world to where your life is totally different from one day to the next with this full moon. And of course, it depends upon where it lands in your chart, where you have Leo, where you have Aquarius, you know. But yeah, there could be some really crazy transformation happening. I don't like to make big deals and use big words like that with a lot of astrological stuff unless it's like eclipses or, you know what I'm saying, really extreme events like that. When it's minor stuff like full moons and new moons that we have every year, every month, I just like, they can come and go and motherfuckers will be like not even noticing a thing. You know what I'm saying? It can go so unnoticed. But this one, this summer, there is definitely, wherever you have Aquarius in your chart, I'm just letting you guys know right now. I'll talk more about the full moon in Aquarius. It happens in August, in the month of August. But yeah, like this summer, we have 2 full moons in Aquarius. They're both conjoined to outer planets. And then we have 2 full moons in Aquarius and Jupiter going retrograde back into Aquarius. So wherever you have Aquarius in your chart is being hit hard this summer, you guys. So once again, monthly forecasts are where it's at to know where that's happening for your sign. If you don't know your chart or anything like that. But yeah, so this full moon in Aquarius, there's some extreme change going on in your life. That's all I can say about that. The closer you are to 1 degree of Aquarius, and even if you're like the last few degrees of Capricorn of anything in your chart, you will probably feel it and notice it and see it the most. But yeah, Aquarius energy, it wants new, like it wants to move life ahead, the new waves, you know. That's why Aquarius is the waves. It's not just water, like the water bearer. I always say it's waves of information, whether that's like just as simple as you hopping online, getting on the internet and social media, or you receiving sudden waves of information like ideas and stuff that you just really need to know, like those aha moments and light bulb moments. Once again, that's Aquarius. So there's some lightning striking somewhere in your world. You know, I don't want you guys to be scared, especially with scary ass Pluto involved. Ooh, but there's something really changing. In general, a full moon in Aquarius is between Aquarius and Leo, and these two like Leo is about the self and Aquarius is about others. You know what I'm saying? Or making a name for yourself under the umbrella of some sort of group or association or affiliation, whereas Leo wants to make a name for itself with its motherfucking self, okay? Not with anybody else. I'm wearing the crown. I'm here on the stage alone. So everybody else step aside. It's all about me. The spotlight is alone shining upon me. But you share the spotlight with others with Aquarius. So some themes of that could be coming up, you know, just in general. But yeah, wherever Aquarius is at, you guys, look ahead. You know, your world is going to be rocked this summer. Just know that. Okay. Then on the 27th, we have Mercury moving into Leo. Excuse me. We have Mercury moving into Leo on the 27th, joining the sun. And yes, the Sun and Mercury will be very close together once again, and this time in Leo. So once again, it's childlike, it's fun energy. It's about celebrating yourself, celebrating others, celebrating life. And Mercury and the Sun in Leo can have us maybe a little more self-centered or self-focused. I like to say self-focused. Self-focused is like the better version of self-centered. I think self-centered is like the annoying, thing with Leo energy, where it's like it's all about me and you're not really thinking about anybody else, but it's because you just think you're the shit, and everything is owed to you just because you're you. Like, that's being self-centered, and like you don't give a fuck who else is around you and what they need. It's all about what you need. Like, but with an attitude and a sense of entitlement, I feel like that's self-centered. But excuse me, self-focused, I feel like that's like the softer, more positive version, to where sometimes you do have to be more self-focused and say F everybody, but like a soft, F you to everybody, because you really have to focus on building yourself up, like building up your courage, your self-esteem, and stuff like that. Leo rules those things. So sometimes you have to just really zone in on you for positive reasons, so you feel good about yourself. So I feel like the Sun and Mercury being together towards the end of the month, and then leading into August, is very helpful with stuff like that. But yeah, people will be more about like me. It's all about me. Don't you see my crown? Hello, don't you know who I am? Yeah, but Mercury and Leo will be talking more about Leo themed things. People will be more into the celeb culture. Celebrity, that word comes from celebrate. They're like, excuse me, they have like the same root word. And so Leo rules all of that. I'm going to say, you guys, probably this summer, there's going to be some huge things that go on when it comes to celebrities versus the people, versus regular people, and balancing that whole thing out. That I feel like all this, like Saturn in Aquarius, Jupiter in Aquarius, and then eventually, as soon as Saturn leaves, shortly after, Pluto steps into Aquarius. I've been saying, you guys, this decade is going to be the fall of the celebrity, where excuse me, being a celebrity is still going to be a thing, but it's not so exclusive and elite like it used to be, because we're already getting there. I could do a whole other video on this. I'm not going to get too deep. I'll try not to, but it's like I'm really passionate about this topic. It's so fascinating, especially because I have my North and South nodes in Aquarius and Leo. So like that energy is, I'm super familiar with it, and it's very fascinating. I'm here on those soul missions of those signs. So it's like, oh my God, I know so much. I just want to share it with you guys. But anyway, I feel like it's going to be the fall of the celebrity. There's going to be a balance out between celebrities and regular people. We're already starting to see that when we've had other planets in Aquarius, like Neptune and Uranus, in the 2000s. And now we have, we had the rise of social media to where anybody could be a star. You know what I'm saying? Like Justin Bieber, the Biebs, whatever. No disrespect. I'm just a clown. No, Justin Bieber, he has some dope ass songs. Okay. I jam a few songs of the Bieb. Don't clown. But no, he was discovered on YouTube, wasn't he? He was discovered on social media. That's how he blew up and became a huge star. Like a lot of people have stories like that now. And that's due to Aquarius energy. But I feel like because there's outer planets involved now, this summer, there's going to be something that pops up with the full moon in Aquarius. There's 2 full moons in Aquarius on the Aquarius Leo axis. And then we have Jupiter going back into Aquarius. Especially the next full moon in August is conjoined to Jupiter in Aquarius. Yeah, there's something that's going to come up about the celeb world, about social media, about fame. It's going to be a hotter topic than usual, but not like the usual Leo season, to where we're more into the celebs and just the gossip of it all and the drama that everybody has and everything. There's going to be some deeper things that come up, like people questioning things about celebrities more and their motives, or why certain things are being put out and the messages being sent and all this social justice warrior stuff with celebs, because Mercury and the sun are eventually going to oppose Saturn in Aquarius. And the sun is going to oppose Jupiter in Aquarius too, next month. So most celebs, like every year during Leo season, are going to be even hotter of a topic of interest for people. But at the same time, there's going to be more of deeper things like coming out, or that people are going to be thinking about and interested in to do with the celebrities. So anyway, I just had to mention that because Leo season always makes me think of celebs. And also your hair. Okay, good season to do something cool to your hair. Like, really pay attention to her, to your mane, to your wig, your weave, whatever. Really pay attention and emphasize the hair. Okay. And get out and have some fun, right? That's what it's about. So yeah, Mercury and Leo, try not to be pompous, arrogant, entitled or any of that, but definitely speaking upon like hyping people up, hyping yourself up in a positive and humble way, of course. And speaking with excitement and being a really dope ass storyteller is Mercury and Leo too, telling stories, even if it is stories about the drama, like being animated AF is Mercury and Leo. Love that energy. All right, you guys. So let's wrap this up because I'm starting to lose my voice like always. My bad. Hashtag Taurus life in this bitch. Okay. So on the 28th, this is when we have Jupiter back in Aquarius. Like I was saying, where is he? Here he is. Jupiter retrograde back into Aquarius. And he's going to be here until December 28th. So for exactly 5 months, Jupiter is back in Aquarius. He is retrograde until the fall. Then he goes forward. And then, you know what I'm saying? He goes retro. Let's be nerds real quick and see what degree does he get back. Oh, to 22 degrees. Oh, geez. That 22nd degree. So much I could say about that. If you know, then you know. But yeah, he's going to get down to 22 degrees, from 29 to 22 degrees of Aquarius. So if you have any points in your chart or planets or anything, or, your sign is between 22 and 29 degrees of Aquarius, that shit is being ran over back and forth by Jupiter over the next 5 months. And so be prepared to see some major change, especially that's going to be initiated by the full moon in August. Okay. So stay tuned for more on that. And also remember, I do have a Jupiter in Pisces video. I have Jupiter retrograde video that is on Patreon. And also I think it's on my website on my horoscopes. Saturn retrograde and then Jupiter in Pisces. I think I do talk about Jupiter retro here too. Okay. All right, guys. So the very last thing we're going to talk about is Mars entering Virgo. We will talk about him in August as well, because for the whole month of August, we have Mars in Virgo. He enters on July 29th. So only the last couple days of the month we have him. So I'll just touch on him briefly. He goes out of Leo and into Virgo. And so the masculine energy is softened down a little bit in the sky. People aren't as competitive and look at me and like fucking bro culture. You know what I'm saying? It's Mars and Leo. Mars in any of the fire signs. Total hella bro culture right there. Bro and bruh. Like a motherfucker, okay? But Mars in Virgo is more low-key and like mousy and meek, and Mars in Virgo will still come at you but talking shit. Like Virgo's ruled by Mercury, which is talking, and Mars in a Mercury ruled sign is all about shit talking. So watch out for Mars in Virgo with people like coming at you with cracking jokes about you and clowning on you and really paying attention to details about you, all your flaws and faults, and then popping up being like, you see, oh, you want to talk about me? You see, that's why you blah, blah, blah. That's why you have that big ugly ass mole on your face and on your neck. And that's why, your fucking socks are mismatched. And that's why your car is beat up and dirty. And like people will just talk about details about you to clown. Okay. Or your work ethic, because Virgo rules work, So, People will talk shit about other people's work ethic compared to theirs because they're the hardest workers in the world. That's what Virgos, all the earth signs tend to think. So yeah, Mars in Virgo is it's very squirrely, very like, I think of gophers when I think of Virgo energy. Like nervous, like, oh, I gotta get this done. Oh my God. Like worrisome energy. I think of gophers and like, is it groundhogs? I don't know. The little guys, they run around underground a lot, in the little tunnels doing their work and stuff. And then they pop their head up on the surface for like a few quick seconds. They look around, quickly, and then they duck back underground and they go back to work. Like, that's Mars and Virgo to me. And hamsters, like being in a hamster wheel, any little like squirrely critters, like rodents and things that run and scurry a lot and nervously and hide. And, that's Mars and Virgo. I've been involved with a few Mars and Virgo men, and that is exactly how they are. More stories about that some other day. But I've also worked with people, masculine and feminine, male and female, with Mars and Virgo, and they could be very that. Okay. I have Mars and a Virgo house in my charts, so don't think I'm just talking shit, you guys, about other people. I'm talking about my energy too. I can be quite squirrely and nervy as well. Okay. So Mars and Virgo is about that life, but it does give us the drive and energy to, to put in more work and to like, let's just get this done, and to like do things until they are done and complete and done correctly. So that's why Mars and Virgo energy is really about working that overtime, working extra hours, coming in early if necessary, like just whatever it takes to tie up the loose ends in life. Your drive and motivation is aimed more towards that, and like willing to go the extra mile, like to make sure that your to-do list is fucking knocked out, so it's not on your brain worrying you and like jabbing at you. The Mars and Virgo arrow isn't jabbing at your brain at 3 a.m. waking you up like, you missed this step when you were working today. You made an error in your work. Like, you see how, if you guys are watching, you see how the cursor, the arrow, like enlarged when I was like error. Yeah, Mars and Virgo energy will emphasize like a motherfucker about that, and wake you up at 3 a.m. about some shit that has to do with work. Have you dreaming about work and like, oh my God, did I mess this up? Oh, I'm so nervous to go into the office today or talk to the boss today. Yeah, so anyway, Mars and Virgo is about that life, but it's also about fixing things and helping people, so that's kind of where the drive and energy will be aimed once he steps into that zone. Okay, once he steps into the Virgo ring, so yeah, more about that in the month of August. That is gonna wrap up this long ass July horoscope video, you guys. There was so much to cover, and don't forget, you can get a July horoscope for your sign, okay? Whether your rising sign, sun, or moon, on the horoscopes page on my website. You guys, I do still have 2021 horoscope videos. I know it's July, and I will be taking these off after this month because they will be kind of not irrelevant, but there's still some stuff that's going to be popping the rest of the year, like eclipses and Mercury retros and Mars transits. And if you want to know about like love and money, timing for things to manifest, there's still the rest of the year that I'm covering. So they are still important, but people want to look ahead with astrology. That's why a lot of people follow it. So I got to make room for 2022 very soon. So these are now discounted. They were, I think, $16. Now they're $8.99 or $8 on my website, and they're gonna stay that way until I take them off. So if you want to know like the whole year what's popping, and the hottest times for love and money transits, for your sign, most def get you one of these 2021 horoscopes before they are gone. Okay, they are pre-recorded. I recorded them like last year and shit, and see how everything has played out. If you want to see that, like, if you're interested in knowing like how this year has played out according to the transits, to learn how astrological transits work, this is also a good tool to to peep that too. So yeah, these are still on my horoscopes page only through the month of July. I'm gonna have them up, and then yeah, July monthly horoscopes are here as well for your sign. Okay, so don't forget to hop onto Patreon and, come through and kick it with me on there. I will have some exclusive lives coming up in July during Leo season. Hey, of course. And I am working on a YouTube membership. So it's kind of a pain in the ass to build a little bit. And I tried to do it during Mercury retro. So once it's out of shadow, like I'll get it going and update you guys on that. All right. So thank you guys for listening to all my rambling. I love you for being here. Don't forget to follow me on IG, where I will be active again soon for more horoscope stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace.